Have you ever thought why after Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves is the only game to be this successful when other games like NTE, Arknights cannot? Well, in this video, we are going to talk about why. Now let's start from the beginning. If you guys remember at the launch day how everybody was hyped for the game and they were ready to go all in, playing for hours, only to be stopped by the worst thing that could have happened to them. They just couldn't play it. Now, not everybody had issues, but a lot of people did. There were lags, device hitting issues, mistranslations, and many more. And as you can expect, a lot of people were frustrated, and Wuthering Waves was about to become Withering Days. Get it? Anyways, Wuthering Waves should have become the next Tower of Fantasy, but what happened? What exactly did they do that other games didn't, which made them this successful? The answer is so simple that it will make you feel stupid. And that is, they took responsibility for their actions and actually listened to its player base, and they actually did the work. Seems simple enough, right? But it's not. And this is the first thing that they did differently from other games, because what other games usually do in a situation like this, post a formal apology, give some wishes, and then proceeds to do nothing. Which brings me to the second thing that they did which pushed them towards their success. Free rewards. The question is, free pulls are something that in this space every game does. Whenever they need to compensate for something, they just throw some wishes. But if only giving free rewards was the answer, then why did games like Tower of Fantasy failed? The reason is simple. The intention. If you guys remember in 1.2 when Shanglia was released and we got him for free, and mind you, he was not just a 4-star or some useless 5-star just in name, but he was the premium banner that was released that patch and we were given that for absolutely free. Wuthering Waves could have just chosen to give free wishes like others, but they know that they had to do something different than others to show that they actually care about the players and win the people trust back, and they were successful in that. But Wuthering Waves still needed something more to get everybody's trust back, because a lot of the people were still not convinced, and I don't blame them, because there's this one game in this space that we all know which made them feel that way. Everybody was looking forward to the Wuthering Waves 2.0 patch, because this was the first time they were going to release the first new big region, and a lot of things were dependent on this. Because if this failed to meet the players' expectations, then things could have become a bit hard. Because even though a lot of people were not happy with Genshin, but at the same time the sunk time policy stopped them from leaving, and the only way they could think of playing another game, investing their time, if it was worth it. Otherwise nobody wants to have a second job, right? Finally the 2.0 arrived, and it was massively successful because they again broke the people's expectations by breaking their thought pattern. Because they had flying as a means of moving around the map and it was free, which is what surprised people and break their thought pattern, because things like this is usually paid, and especially in a gacha game they gave it for free? No way! And everybody was very happy about it that they got it for free. I also wanted to talk about how a big portion of WoW players are Genshin players, including me, simply because Wuthering Waves provided what Genshin couldn't, and they did it very well. We can also not forget the recent collab that they did with Cyberpunk exceeded people's expectations yet again, because as we saw how HSR ruined the Fate collab, and usually when games collab, the stories are made, they are not connected to their world and the characters are really not great. But Wuthering Waves did it differently. They integrated the story in a way that felt real and players felt connected to, and the characters were also great and impactful. And everybody who played this collab loved it, and they could feel how much care Wuthering Waves really put into it. So the reason why they are successful is simply because they are not like your usual gacha games. If they mess up something, they take responsibility and actually fixes them. They actually listen to its players, they keep improving the story, characters, combat, quality of life, and much more, and you can see it happening every single patch. Kuro Games shows humility, responsibility, and actual care towards the player base, and that is what pulls people towards this game and why they are so successful. This reminds me of the quote, "Action speaks louder than words." And Kuro Games proved it, because while some CEO cry in front of camera, others do the work and give players what they want. So guys, that's it for the video. If you feel even a bit entertained or gained something from this video, then I would really appreciate a sub and a like, and let me know what type of videos you want to see next. For now, take care. See you all in the next one. Bye.